Hello and welcome back to your Asian Buddy channel here, where I'll be helping out people that come across my video on money concepts. So today I will want to talk about the 5 steps that I do when I make a financial decision, and I hope that can help you when you make your important financial decision as well. So the steps are called knowing pain. So the first step is actually knowing. You need to know what you want, to know how aggressive that you will want to do in your financial decision, on how in the stance that you want to be holding. So knowing, basically you need to know your financial decision, your own financial position. To keep it simple, you should only mainly look at income and expenses. To me, there's 2 concepts of money. One is money that you can actually use and spend, and the other one is actually money that you cannot use. May it be equity and stocks, that they are very liquid, so that you can actually sell it and turn it into cash in a small amount of time. But I think when you first start to look at your financial position, to keep it simple, just look at your income and expenses. In other words, you should just look at your cash flow on hand. So what you will need to do, the next step is PAIN, which starts with a P. P stands for planning. So you have to list out all of your income and expenses on a monthly basis. Just go through your credit card statements, go through your bank statements, and actually list out all of the income and expenses that you have. And for most of the people, income is actually what you earned from your salary. And if you have got any other stock returned income or dividend income, unless you have been getting them for a very long time and it's a very big substantial amount, I wouldn't recommend you putting that into consideration. So the income part of the equation, you put in how much you can earn or your expected income per month will be. And then on your expenses side, you will list out all of the purchases or stuff that you have bought in the past couple of months. Don't just use 1 month as an calculation. You should look over a longer period to really understand how much money you spend per month. So if you, for example, at least use a 3 months expense, list it out and then divide it by 3 to get an average of expenses you have per month. Use that figure and then use your income figure minus your expense figure, and hopefully that figure comes out as a positive. So that means you're actually saving money each month, and that money is actually money that you can invest on, and that is the money that you can actually play around with or actually put it towards your retirement. So PAIN is the planning part, which you have listed out all of your income and expenses. The next acronym is A. A actually stands for adjusting. So after you have listed out all of your income and expenses, you should look into them and decide if you can get more income, perhaps, if you need to do a second job, if you wanted to get a promotion, speak to your manager. One way is looking at increasing your income, and the other side of the equation is actually decreasing your expenses, which most of the time will be easier than getting an extra income. So when you look at the expenses, depending on your lifestyle, and once again depend on the decision and the first step is knowing, right? So knowing how aggressive you want to be, or knowing if you want something and if it will actually affect your lifestyle, will you make that sacrifice? Here is when you look at your expenses. So you may be able to cut down your avocado toast, your coffee each day to really decrease your expenses. And hence, in this adjusting plan, you need to know what you want to achieve in order to know what you need to adjust or change. And the next part of it is I. I stand for investing. So after you have adjusted your plan and you have a figure in mind that how much money you can invest each month, this is the money that you put in the investing section. For investing section, we can talk about it in another video, but on a high level, to me personally, most people will come across two big main type of investment is actually three types. The first type of investment is investing in yourself. What I meant by that is you can do courses online and you can buy books to read to educate more about yourself on the area that interests you the most. For example, if you wanted to invest in stock, you can first spend that money to buy a book, or spend that money to get a mentor so that you can speak to them to learn about the stocks that you wanted to invest. So investing in yourself is the first step, and the second invest is basically stocks, and the third biggest invest category that I have got in mind is actually properties. So three different eyes: investing in yourself, or maybe stocks, or maybe properties. I think that will cover majority of the people when they think of investing. And the next acronym is N. N is actually standing for nest. So when I think of nest, it's basically there's a saying of don't put all your eggs into the same basket. So you actually create all of these different nests, maybe stocks, maybe superannuation, maybe in properties, or maybe just savings. So you have created this different nest to think of when you're actually going into your retirement, how you can create these nests in a way that you can actually hold on to them long term, and that will fit your purpose of retirement. And that goes back to the knowing part, which is the first step of everything, is to what figure are you happy to retire upon. And once you've set up that figure, and once you have do all the steps to progress into your retirement, you will then slowly to realize if that figure needs some revisiting, if you're on track, or if you're not on track, what else do you have to adjust to make that happen. So that is my sort of 5 steps when I think of all things about money. And I think in the next video I will actually do an Excel spreadsheet where I am typing out or calculating along with you how a mortgage actually works. I think it's very important for you to know behind the scene how mortgage is sort of calculated, for you to actually know the impact on how big of a change it may be. If you think of it only per month, it may be a very small figure, $100, but if you think of the whole picture, you will see how big that $100 per month will have an impact overall in a 30 years long term. And that is why the concept of compound interest is actually applied in mortgages, but it's actually used against you, where I think most of the people actually don't know the calculation behind a mortgage. And I think it will bring value to my viewer to show you step by step how it is calculated in a most simple vanilla basic variable loan. And this is it. This is your Asian buddy signing off. And if you'd like me to talk about anything, or if you have questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I'll see you when you come back to my video. Thank you. Bye bye.